This is Volusia Today, a public information radio program brought to you by the County of Volusia.
Good morning and welcome to Volusia Today. I'm David Hunt with the county's Community Information Division. And welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We got a lot going on around the county. It's the holiday season, but we also have some inclement weather approaching. We're looking at high winds, rip current conditions, possibly some coastal erosion, and rain, widespread rain across the county. So you're going to want to be careful if there's water over the road. Don't drive through that portion of road. Probably stay out of the water. The beach probably isn't the place to be this weekend. And if you got Christmas decorations out, probably bring those in. It's gonna be pretty windy. Stay up to date with the local weather channels. The information's out there. We got some information on volusia.org, the website, and the county's currently making preparations. So we're ready on our end. Coastal's working to pull off our assets off the beach and working on storm water runoff and drains, public works is, and we're just closely monitoring the situation. So stay up to date on our social media platforms, on the website, and just stay safe out there. And it's probably a good weekend to maybe watch a Christmas movie, bake some cookies, do all that fun stuff. It's that time of the year, and just would probably be a great option this weekend. We got some other news across the county going on. Volusia County Beach Safety is hiring summer lifeguards. We're going to kick that off when the new year starts. New year, new career kind of thing. But, amazing opportunity. Their rates just went up to $17 an hour for part-time guards, which is amazing. And they're offering like $1,750 in bonuses. So if you got a kid in high school or anybody who just loves the water, like in reality, I look back and even right now, I'm like, man, I want to see if I can go be a part-time lifeguard. So, yeah, there's a little bit of requirements, but what an opportunity it is for sure. And then if you're down in the Ponce Inlet area, we are looking for temporary coastal easements. There's sand on the way, but we are going to need easements from coastal property owners to get that going. So once again, visit volusia.org/sand projects. All that information on there. If you live on the beach, anywhere along our coastline, I would go visit that site, and that is volusia.org/sand placements. There will be some changes in the trash schedule for the holiday trash schedule, so you can get that information on volusia.org as well. So I would check that out as well. That affects everybody in unincorporated Volusia County, the trash pickup schedule. So check that out, and that's about. There's a lot more news, but that's the big hitters. And now it's time for the fun. We have the Daytona Beach International Airport's Joanne Magley and Cyrus, Callum in the studio with us. What's new? What's going on?
Good morning, David.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's great to be here. Well, we are at the airport. That's Cyrus obviously is the department director, so he wears the two hats, but his office is still at the airport, and working at the airport is it's just a great place to be, especially during the holiday season, not only for all the busy hustle bustle travel season, and we'll get to the ease of why our airport is just superior than others, but it's just a fun time of year when you're traveling through Daytona Beach International Airport. The month of December, we've had several holiday events going on. We had 4 local schools, 2 orchestras, one from Spruce Creek High School, one from Silver Sands Middle School. We had the Galaxy Middle School Choir from Daytona, and we also had another choir from Pine Ridge High School. So on various different dates, they came in for a couple hours and just performed for the passengers coming in and departing, and just such a great treat. You're not expecting that when you get off your plane, and it's also amazing to see these students who are so talented, and they really love the opportunity to be able to showcase their talents and get that experience. So that's fun. We've also been passing out complimentary hot cocoa in the concourse for the passengers. So again, they come across this little table that has hot cocoa set up, but we use our public safety officers to distribute and do all the fixing. So one day we had the firefighters from the ARF station, which is the airport's fire station. Another day we had beach safety officers do that hot cocoa, and then today or another day we'll have the sheriff's deputies that work at the airport.
And what a great way to, I saw the beach safety had posted about that, and what a great idea and way to inform visitors of some of the things they need to be aware of. For example, rip currents, right?
Exactly. We try to partner with a lot of different county divisions at the airport, because that is a great place to capture either visitors that are coming in and aren't too familiar with the area, they're just coming here on vacation, or just your residents who live here that may not know something. We partner with the library. So for instance, the library has a library branch in our airport. They provide complimentary books. You can take them, you don't have to return them. And they also provide a way to download from the library's database. If you're at the airport, you can download, you don't need a library card, and you can get all sorts of titles, digital, songs and movies and books, all complimentary.
And that's Hoopla, right? That's the Hoopla app, right?
It's all the, you don't need an app.
Okay.
You're able to just get in through the library's digital system with any of the apps that the library already uses. So that's just one example. But yeah, with the beach safety, they were able to talk about rip currents and all the other important safety information about the beach.
And get free hot cocoa.
Yes.
And Daytona's always got that that community hometown feel. When I go there, I mean, obviously I'm from here and this is my home, but I think Daytona International Airport is set apart from any airport I've been to. I've been to smaller airports, bigger airports, but the community feel you foster, I think chambers of commerce are in there. You walk in the door and it's you feel at home.
It's the VIP lounge. Why would you drive an hour and a half to go to another airport and get into their VIP lounge? The whole airport's like the VIP lounge.
I agree 100%.
The business center, the mother's room. There's so many amenities that we offer for free. So, yeah, why would you make that drive to go down? We'll work on getting the other flights in there and adding to some of the options for the customers. But, with everything that we have laid out now, I mean, it's a world-class facility.
I don't want it to change.
I want it to get a little bit busier. I want you to wait in line probably 2 to 3 more minutes than the 5 minutes that you already wait. But,
Yeah, those are the fun holiday events. But every day, so what we always really try to promote when we talk about our airport, our community airport, is that you're going to save time, you're going to save, it's going to be stress-free because, and even though with some of our airline, we have American who flies to Charlotte, we have Delta who flies to Atlanta, and from there, you can go anywhere. And then, of course, we have our new airline, Avelo, which has 2 direct flights, one to New Haven, Connecticut, and one to Wilmington, Delaware, which is the Philadelphia market. But for, let's say, American and Delta, some people, we hear that, but I really need a direct flight and I don't want to make a connection. Well, we try to counter that with, you just have to think about your time and what you're doing, because by the time you are driving to Orlando or, another airport, by the time you are still having a connection. You are just driving it instead of letting the pilot fly it for you. And when people kind of think of it that way, it's like, you're right. So
I want to give a real world example that happened for me. So Velo started the new flights. My wife and her family's up in Maryland, right? So we normally do the Orlando or Sanford thing. The flights started going direct to Wilmington, Delaware, and they were cheap. So we hopped on one of those flights and we went up and visited her family. It was an hour and a half drive from the Wilmington, Delaware airport to Maryland to see her family. It was the most stress-free experience that I think I've ever had flying. My wife's pregnant. She's due January 26th.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Congrats.
So I just can't wait to take our new son and my family and my daughter up to go see them, and it won't break the bank, and it'll be convenient. It'll take the stress out of it. I think it'll just be a much more enjoyable experience. I love Daytona Beach International Airport. I really do.
Well, we appreciate that. And so we need the rest of the community to share in that experience and understand that it's going to be headache-free. And as we start to introduce different options, we're still going to keep that same high level of customer service, because that's how we compete with some of these other airports in Central Florida and Northeast Florida. We have to make sure that we're covering all the customer service bases.
And to tag on to that, we are a smaller airport, but we are a busy airport, and all of our flights, they're full, and that helps us to make the case for additional service. But at the same time, we've got to keep we have to keep the promotions going, public relations going, to make sure people remember we have this airport, and the more we use the airport, the better the chances of us being able to have that argument with other airlines or current airlines for new routes, that yes, there is demand here in this community to fly out of the airport. Our passenger traffic numbers this year look like they're going to exceed what we did in 2019, and that's really the benchmark that we compare things to, because 2019 was the last year before COVID and before the big disruption in air service. So it's been a really good year at our airport for just the boom in passenger traffic, which a lot of across the board, there's people are traveling again. But in addition to getting that new airline and really getting that attention on to us from the other carriers, that let's take another look at Daytona Beach, because Cyrus and I and Karen, our airport director, Karen Feaster, all year long we do air service development. We go to several conferences a year where we sit, and Cyrus, we call it speed dating.
Tell us about what's that? Tell us about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would say having an airline come into your market is kind of like a romantic relationship. So if you think about, the speed dating process, you get 20 minutes to show the airline what your community is all about. And so it's just kind of like if you're looking for someone to get into a relationship with, and you got your best foot forward, right? And you're saying, well, I'm a great guy or girl or whatever the case may be, and I do these things, I have these hobbies and so forth. And then the airline's like, okay, well, if they like you, you'll continue on the conversation, and you'll move on, and you'll go on a few dates. And that's like bringing them down to your market, showing them some of the amenities. Of course, with us, we have the beach, we have the track, we have, a variety of different things, a variety of different interests for people, both on the east part of the county and the west part of the county. And then after a while, they're like, okay, this is moving on, so let's meet the parents. So, Joanne, Karen, and I will go to the headquarters and talk to some of their network planning and maybe even some executives. And once again, we're building on that relationship. And then finally you get to the point to where, okay, we're going to take this relationship to the next level. So we're going to announce service. And so that's the engagement, right? Mm-hmm. And then so when the service actually starts, that's the wedding, the ribbon cutting, and, we have the passenger experience and, all of the different things that, the water cannon salute and so forth. But you have to continue to nurture that relationship, because you don't want the divorce. The divorce is them pulling out of your market. What you want is additional options to be added to your market. So those would be the kids. So it takes time. I tell a lot of people, as often there's a question, well, how come you're not flying here and how come you're not flying there? Well, it takes time to build that relationship and to make that case. Rarely does anyone meet their spouse one day and then get married the very next day. There's some vetting time that has to take place. And you got to think about the airlines too. They have tons of assets. It's a very cost-intensive industry. Mm-hmm. And so they have tons of assets that they have to consider. Because of a market like ours, we're trying to make the case of being a name brand airport, and a lot of the airlines, they want to be a name brand in our community. Of course, the big ones everybody knows, but a lot of the smaller airlines, they need help with promoting who they are and what they're about too. And so we need to do the same thing. So we get into these co-promotional agreements in order to make that happen. So, in the romantic industry, you're thinking, okay, I'm competing against these guys that are millionaires, they're lawyers, doctors, they're actors or professional athletes, and I'm just a regular guy. Well, I got to show how my benefits would still equate to having a more productive and healthy relationship with these airlines. And so that's why in part of our promotion, we want to promote the community and promote all the amenities that we provide, and why the Daytona Beach area and Volusia County as a whole is a great place to visit. So.
And yeah, it's like any relationship, right? Like it takes buy-in from both sides to be successful. And Joanne, I don't think we even said it. You're the marketing director manager at the airport.
Well, I do. I lead the marketing, the public relations, and the customer experience. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot. And we, at a smaller airport, you usually have a lot under you. I do have a coworker. She does the terminal coordinator, so she helps with making sure that everything in the terminal is just as it should be, and with the customer experience as well. But the air service is well, as you know, as I came from community information,
yeah, she did.
So it was the airport really needed. There's so much going on at the airport that it's really good to have somebody there that's just dedicated to everything that's going on at the airport, because it's a lot.
And so I wanted to say that we did the ribbon cutting, and what an event. Talk about a wedding, like when you put it in that terminology.
The
velo ribbon cutting. What an event. That was amazing. It felt like a wedding. It really did.
Yeah.
That's right. We had cake and everything.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Balloons and
right.
Like you said, the water cannon salute. That was a big deal, a big event. And then shortly after that, I was driving down the highway, and I'm in the marketing field too, right? And ad placement field, and I look around and everything I see is a velo. And I'm just like, wow, Joanne's doing an excellent job.
Well, thank you, but that's what's critical, especially in the first couple of years when you get the new airline, and it's part of most airports' standard program when you get a new airline is a couple years of, or a certain amount of money to just promote the service. So we promoted it locally here. Avelo is promoting it in the two markets of New Haven and Wilmington, and because if people don't know about one of the I don't want to call it a challenge, but with Avelo being a newer airline,
opportunity.
Yes, an opportunity. Avelo's a newer airline; it's not a household name, and so the push of marketing behind it is a lot more crucial than, let's say, with another airline that has more name brand recognition. So it's very important to get out there early and to continuously push the information about these flights and when they operate, and just making people remember that we have these flights. And with all the airlines though, so we are this year doing a little bit of an extra push with our marketing. We always do a branding campaign just to brand the airport. But we're doing a little extra push this year to include Delta and American and Avelo in a lot of what we're already doing, to remind again to our community that, oh, I didn't know American was at Daytona Beach International Airport. Oh, they have Delta. You have to remind new people coming in. They may not know. We recently announced that American Airlines, so they do seasonal service to markets like Philadelphia, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Washington, D.C. And they recently announced that they're bringing the D.C. service back in February. So from February through May, they will have Saturday and Sunday service, direct nonstop flights to Washington, D.C.
Nice.
Last year, when they had that seasonal service, it was just one day a week. So they're bringing it back, and now they're adding a day. So little by little, they are, they know that there's a market for people that want to go to D.C., and they are responding by bringing those flights back. Both Delta and American saw the saw the advantage of the Daytona 500,
Yeah.
and both of those airlines are bringing in direct flights to special from special locations. So Delta is doing a New York flight and a Detroit flight around the 500 weekend, and American is doing the DC and Dallas for the Daytona 500 weekend. So special event opportunities that come along, the airlines recognize that there's an opportunity there, and they add these flights.
And I feel like what a perfect time of year to start those relationships, right? When it's freezing everywhere else, and they come to Florida like, well, look at this.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's a copycat market, right? Because the airlines are looking to make money and they're looking at opportunities. And so looking at the success that Avelo's had so far and the increase in passenger traffic, we've shown that we have the capacity to bring in another airline. So we've been having conversations with other airlines that are interested in coming into our market to try to take advantage of that opportunity. So, it's dominoes and they start to fall and things take time. And I know there's some urgency in the community to want to go different places and to want to have other opportunities. And, we're planting those seeds and we're putting water on them and they're starting to sprout. So, we're hoping that we'll have a couple more weddings coming up here in the not too distant future.
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for that. And I mean, you two are consummate professionals, and what a better group. I know you personally, so what a better group of people to be leading the charge on that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Volusia Today.
Make the most of your day at the beach. Download the Volusia County Beaches app today. Sign up for real-time notifications on vehicle ramp openings and closings. Find staffed lifeguard towers. Get updates on tides and beach conditions, plus off-beach parking and coastal parks info. Volusia County Beaches app is available for your smart devices at the App Store and Google Play.
We're back, and you're listening to Volusia Today. We have Cyrus, Callum, and Joanne Magley with the Daytona Beach International Airport in the studio. We don't have much time left. I feel like we could talk all day, honestly.
We could.
Yeah.
We definitely could.
Yeah. I feel like I'm kind of just a bystander in this conversation. Thanks for letting me be here. But what do we need to know?
Well, one program that's new at the airport this year that we're very proud to offer is called the Hidden Disability Sunflower Program. This is a program that's in about more than 200 airports worldwide. And what it is, somebody that might have a hidden disability and they need just a little extra help at the airport, but you want it to be discreet. Mm-hmm. So airports have these lanyards. The sunflower lanyard is the symbol for the Hidden Disability Program. And so somebody with a hidden disability, whether it could be a traumatic brain injury, it could be loss of hearing, it could be a number of things. They can go to our information desk, go to our airport control. They might even have their own lanyard at home. But they put this sunflower lanyard on. And our airport staff have been trained to recognize the sunflower lanyard for hidden disability, and we are able then to go up to the person to say, hi, do you need any extra assistance today? And they might say, yes, I do, or they might say, no, I'm okay. But by them wearing that sunflower lanyard, which is a voluntary thing to wear, it lets them be able to identify themselves as somebody who might need help, and then being able to have trained people at the airport to be able to identify that's somebody who might just need a little extra assistance. So we're happy that we were able to roll that out, and it's just another one of those programs that really helps us provide the best customer experience.
How would you get signed up for that program?
You don't even have to sign up.
Oh, you just go stop at the information desk?
Exactly.
Oh,
yes.
that's
You
amazing.
just stop at the information desk. It's a worldwide program, so people can search on the internet the Hidden Disability Sunflower Program and find out more information.
And what a perfect fit for our hometown airport, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With that great customer service.
Keeping that bar high.
And that's it.
Yeah.
What else do we need to know? What else do we got going? I know there's a lot.
Well, let's see. Some people may not know that we offer 1 day of a free coupon for parking, or a coupon for 1 day free parking if you park for 3 days. And that's on our website as well. So if you go to the parking page And you do have to print the coupon or show it on your phone maybe, but you have to have it with you. And then when you leave the parking area, if you park for 3 days, you get one of them free, and that's all the time.
See, I didn't even know that.
There,
so,
see?
yeah,
I'm sure there's a whole bunch more. And then you all do a great job. Last year, you released a video for Christmas time, and there was a jingle associated with it, and there was a song. I think people could probably still go find it.
Yeah. So flydab.com/holidays with a plural. That is where the song lives. That was to favorite things. And it was really all about the favorite things of Daytona Beach International Airport, and it was all the staff, most of the staff, our airline tenants, our rental cars, anybody who has a hand in providing service to passengers took part in singing the song. And of course, we had to do another one this year because when you come out the gate with something.
It was very strong. I looked at that. I watched it probably 3 or 4 times.
And thanks, of course, to Community Information for all the production. You guys come out and you film us, and you take all the time editing it, and so. Well,
here's the question. I know. When's the release date on this?
We are hoping to get it out next week. The 20th is, I think, our date that we have started on the calendar. So it's doing some final edits right now. The new song this year is to the melody of "Let It Snow."
Whoa! Can we get it? Can we get the whole thing now, or can we get maybe a sneak peek?
You can't get the whole thing now, but
you got 5 seconds. Give us a line.
Oh, the weather up north is frightful, but our beach is so delightful. It's time to take a winter retreat. Daytona Beach, DAB.
Have a great weekend, Volusia County.